All right, so in true fashion, real men wear pink. The boys are back.
Oh man, I'm not wearing pink anymore. I was wearing pink last time.
What color is that?
Tan? Off-white?
No, that's pink.
It's not pink, bro.
Yeah, it's pink.
Yo.
Someone washed those with this red
These
underwear.
are pink, okay?
Yeah, they look like they're the same color. One just looks like it's been out in the sun more.
Okay, so we just have established that Ankur is colorblind. Okay, there's a few pigment that is off for him.
Oh, God. This is going back to purple hotness.
Purple hotness?
You kept calling my car purple, and it was definitely gray.
Oh, no, it was purple. He had a purple.
No,
Yo,
it was
you know what I think about? That is the first example. Is the painting blue or is it purple? That is an example of both of us having different pigments. I think so.
Well, it was a dress.
I know, but okay,
Right.
dress.
And
There's
it was a joke.
It was a picture of a dress.
It was a joke.
It's not a joke. It's real.
100% joke.
Okay, what color do you see it?
Blue and black.
I see purple.
No, it was a black and blue dress.
Okay, whatever, something like that, or gold. I think I see
It was literally a joke.
I think it was not a joke.
It was a joke.
Oh my God.
You know how people say you can't see John Cena, and then you have like pretending John Cena is invisible?
Our lives are a joke. Okay.
Nicole Scherzinger is also Bengali.
She is 100% a quarter
God.
Bengali. Ladies and
All
gentlemen,
right,
welcome
so
to Rockstar Podcast.
One of the things that you asked me last time was like, how has my life changed?
Yeah.
Right? I think I now have a new appreciation for the best friend code.
The best friend code. There's so many best friend codes, guy code. Which best friend code are we speaking of this
Okay,
time?
well, I mean, sometimes people will say you're the brown Kevin Hart, I'm the Dwayne Johnson,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Kevin Hart has a stand-up special where he breaks down the bro code,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The best friend code. And he talks about how, like, as a best friend, you're required to know when your best friend's in trouble.
You should just know.
Right?
Blink 3 times.
Blink 3 times,
If
right?
you need help.
When I call you, and I'm like, yo, Riz, I was with you in the studio last night, right? So
You
3
were
o'clock
with
the
me
morning.
in the studio last
Right.
night.
And then when she starts asking questions, you need to open the bro Bible and see what code words I give you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Riz, one sec, I gotta do the laundry, but she wants to ask you a question.
But we tried this over the years, right? We tried this, and we keep on forgetting the codes. We ask each other, wait a minute, does that mean you were here, or does that mean you were not here? We would mess it up. But you feel it. You feel like this is like a serious thing that you need right now.
So serious that we had to establish a code word for when we're in the car and you call.
We can't tell everyone our code word, okay? We can't.
You think she doesn't know already?
Oh, Uncle, are you living in fear? Please
They're
blink
way
at the
too-
camera. Blink
They're
at the-
way too smart. Help me. Send help. Send ice cream. She knows. She definitely knows already.
Let me ask you a question. Before marriage, okay, you used to ask for coffee. Now, post-marriage, you're asking for ice cream. What's going on? What is your body speaking to you about? Your new thing is ice cream. You noticed this, right?
I'm pregnant. Everyone should know Ankurkgarg is pregnant. I'm working on a food baby,
Baby fever here.
and I'm craving ice cream.
Yo, what's going on, bro? Tell me. You're talking about bro codes. Listen, I definitely followed the bro Bible during the best man speech, okay?
Yeah, sure you did. But ice cream is code word for these Gen Z TikTok kids for compliments. So when
didn't
they
know
say
that.
send ice cream,
I really
they're
thought he
saying
wants
send
ice cream.
compliments.
I didn't know
man,
that.
I'm on a diet.
I'm like, oh, I thought he's lactose intolerant. What's happening?
Oh no, I could eat a whole tub. There's no stopping me. You know that. But I feel like there's just certain things that I need you to back me on whenever it comes up, right? For example, when she and I get into a fight, and I need someone to vote in, you're going to be the guy I tell that when you got to call.
See, that's where you're messing up. You need me to be on her side for the time.
You're her best friend.
I have to be her best friend.
No, so
Do you understand that?
But bro,
It's your job
She
to be
told
best
me-
friends with my girl, and my job to be best
text
friends
your girl
with
all the
your
time.
girl. You know,
all the time,
that's a problem, by the way. We need to talk about that. Okay.
but it's always for advice.
Okay.
Because everyone knows I need money advice all the time. But no, yo, listen, man. I was told verbatim that you were reached out to about a special birthday event coming up, and you didn't respond.
You're the one that reached out to me, by the way, just to let you know. It was just you.
No. Oh, so you're saying she lied to me?
No, she didn't reach
She
out.
didn't text you?
No, you texted me. That was you that texted me.
No. Oh, if I pull up this text message
pull
right
up.
now,
Let's
hold
do
up.
Let's do it right now. We're doing
Hold
it right
up,
now.
hold
We're
up.
going live on air and looking up right now. It was you that texted me, not her.
Hold on. Shots fired.
Man, we text each other a lot. It's only been this weekend. I haven't even gone back yet.
Okay, I'm passing you the phone.
Yeah.
I'm definitely sleeping on the couch as soon as this episode goes
That's fine.
up. Read that.
Hold on. I'm just scrolling back. I can't. Well, you sent me a half naked picture. Okay, this should not be in the bro code.
That never happened. There's no way that happened.
Okay, here. And I will pass this to you, my friend.
All right. Oh, you really did. I really did send you a half naked photo. Okay. Guys, when your boy hands you your phone, bro code is don't swipe left or right further than you should. Well, I mean, we're talking about two different birthdays, obviously.
Oh, I'm not even aware of this.
But you read that message?
This is shots fired to me.
I need to know why you're not responding.
About what?
I don't know. Look at your phone.
I am one of the best communicators
Pull up your phone.
I'm going to pull up right next to
See
you
what the
right
last
now.
message was. We need to get this resolved.
No worries. I am one of the best communicators you know, and you know that.
See, guys, at home, the bro code is very important. Your best friend must be on the approved list. Let me explain what the approved list is for those of you guys at home that don't know what an approved list is. It is a list of your homies that your girl says you're always allowed to hang out with. Because, yes, there is an unapproved list. Only real rock stars know what an unapproved list is. And I can tell you, in the past, my man Riz has been in relationships where I was 100% on the not approved list. But the real ones, they know that I always come through and they put me on the approved list. But I'm just trying so hard to make sure Riz stays on the approved list.
When is this date?
That conversation is from yesterday.
Yes, sir. I got no message since July 17th, my brother.
But did you not respond to the July 17th?
I messaged her, just so you know. Hey, now you're really not the only one. Congrats to them.
I don't know. We're going to have to address this.
Yeah,
I want you to text her right now.
I only text people that text me.
I want you to text right now. Be like, yo, I heard I don't respond to texts.
I'm going to call her right now.
No, you can't do that. We don't know what she's up to. Don't get me in trouble.
So it was her birthday yesterday?
No. Oh my God, Riz. Next week.
Okay.
Wait, I just realized I ratted my wife out on the middle of a podcast episode.
Oh, we're fighting right now, me and her.
As you should be. I was a little upset that you weren't on the invite list.
Yeah, I'm actually very upset right now.
So anywho, for those of you guys who don't know, we are recording the podcast at Flexworks Studios. This is going to be a shameless plug while you're pulling up your angry keyboard to hit all these letters over for a text.
I'm looking for the right emojis to express how I feel right now.
I just I had a great moment after the first season, and I had 4 people reach out to me to teach them how to do a podcast.
Nice.
And all 4 of them have just hit 10,000 downloads.
Wow.
On the podcast.
Wow. So how's
really
their
exciting.
OnlyFans page going?
So I don't know how much they're earning off their podcast per se, but one of them did launch on Patreon.
Oh, nice.
So
tell me more about that site. I'm actually not on it, so I'm sure a lot of our users who are creators and everything. How do you make money? What's the benefit? What's so different about anything else?
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what platform you send people to, right? But if you have a loyal following and you put some type of subscription, it'll work. So for me,
But Instagram has a subscription option, so why not stay on that platform?
I just think some people are never going to associate paying for enhanced content as an Instagram feature. They tried, and I don't know that many people that use it, right? TikTok has their whole gifting thing, but I just don't see it happening on IG.
What about a lot of these gaming streaming platforms?
What do you want to know?
Like Twitch?
What do you want to know?
Why not use like a Twitch instead of is that only live? There's no videos recorded or anything?
So the problem with some of the content that people put out is that Patreon lets you do audio only, and Twitch doesn't.
Wait, audio only as an option? Because I've seen videos.
So 3 of the 4 podcasts are audio only.
Got it.
And one is with video.
Okay.
And so
what's difference than what do all the DJs and artists, what do they get found on? Not Spotify. What
SoundCloud?
SoundCloud. What about SoundCloud? Do they have a paid option?
I don't know. to be honest.
Wouldn't SoundCloud be such a great idea to put our podcast on?
All I know is I got a lot of followers from DJ Ace Live on SoundCloud because I reposted all of the Tribe mixtapes over the years and then some custom mixes that me and Rishad made over the years.
Yeah.
I got like random fans from India that'll
Nice.
DM me like, yo man, can I just get the high quality of this mix? And I'm just like, I have no idea what mix this is you're referring to, but here's Rishad's email. Like, go ahead and
You ever think about it? You ever think about, going back to the studio?
I don't
dropping
know,
an album?
man. I mean,
You've done so much in your life. Why not drop another album with everything that you know? We were doing these things when we were kids. We didn't have money. We just had a passion, and we didn't even have all the equipment we wanted. Every dollar we had went into equipment.
I think there are moments where I wish I still had like turntables locked and loaded and things that I could work on. There are also moments where I wish you had turntables that were always up that I could just come over whenever I want, bro code. But then I see some of these guys on TikTok and on IG stories and all that kind of stuff that are just dropping these wild mixes that I would never think of.
Yeah.
And I knew I was advanced for my time with my lyric matching and stuff back then. But some of these guys are on some like next level stuff now.
People like Sick Kick and all them.
Well, Sick Kick's on like another level with his mixing, right?
Yeah.
Because he's lyric matching. He's literally recreating the instrumentals whenever he needs to,
And he's singing himself.
and he's singing himself, right? So I think like that's the line where I realize I'm never gonna cross. Like I'll never be what Sick Kick is in terms of talent. So then why go down that road, right? Whereas in marketing, graphics, websites, I am the Sick Kick.
You're a god.
I'm the Photoshop god. Was that season 1 or season 2? I don't know which season it was, but Photoshop god.
But listen, so for you, is it if you're not number one, you don't want to do it? Is that your thing?
It's not number one. It's this. If I'm not in the discussion of the best, then why be in it?
So you're not okay with supporting number one. You're not okay with just sitting back sometimes. Isn't it a lot of pressure to be on top?
I think in the world of DJing, though,
Yeah.
I'm never going to be TS, though. I'm never going to be Sick Kick, right?
Okay.
So if I'm not in the conversation of being one of the best, then why bother? Like in the South Asian scene, I was up there back then, right? But I was never going to be in the same conversation as the Sharads and the other guys that have been around long enough because they've had global promo.
But okay, so we started this podcast with Bro Code with the Kevin Hart episode, right?
Right.
We've seen Kevin Hart's ups and downs, emotionally through fame and being the best. He is the definition of a rock star comedian, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Just like we are trying to create rock star entrepreneurs, right? And we've seen him reach that pinnacle that every professional wants to get to. And in a genre that no one thought they could be rock stars in. He created that. But then we also saw him go down, right? At least from emotional. Does that make you question it sometimes? Don't you sometimes sit there at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., or 7 in the morning, or 4 days in a row, or at the end of the month, don't you question this journey you're on? Because you've been on this journey for a very long time.
No, never.
Never. What drives you? What's your driving force when the coffee doesn't work anymore, when the midnight oil ran out?
Because I know I'm still the best. Okay. I might not be the best right now, but I know I'm capable of being in the conversation again because I've been there and I've proven it. Right? The one thing that I know for sure is people won't believe you until you've done it. Right?
Isn't that frustrating?
But I've done it. So it's not a question of whether or not people will believe me anymore. It's about when I'm going to do it again. And so I think that gets rid of all of the imposter syndrome or all of the what ifs and so on and so forth. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get jealous sometimes. I went to go speak at a mastermind where the guy and I went to school together. We're the same age. He, in fact, is cousins with someone who used to be one of my C-suite guys, right? And this dude is multi-millionaire successful. And I was like, damn, man, this guy went through as many lawsuits as I did and everything else, but he was able to keep his money. It's hella impressive. And then, there's guys that spun out from me and are all doing really well. And, they don't ever give me credit. They don't ever say thank you or put me on a board or anything like that. But
thank you, Ankur.
Well, I spun out from you, right? So that's a different story. But I think at the end of the day, as long as I know that the conversation seat is always going to be there for me, I'm always going to be driven to get back to the conversation.
You bring up imposter syndrome. Do you feel like that is one of the the feelings that a lot of entrepreneurs get in the beginning? Do they feel like that, hey, maybe I'm not the best right now, but you got this imposter syndrome because you believe in yourself? Because we're all crazy, right? We're crazy at the rest that we go. No normal person does what we do, but we believe in ourselves so much. Do you feel like we go through a little bit of when the dust settles for a while? Do you feel like we suffer from imposter syndrome?
So I don't know. I talk to a lot of people these days. I think there's people who have been brainwashed to start presenting themselves as the expert of something, right? And they haven't done jack shit with their lives, and they're talking about being an expert. And I look at that person and I'm like, yeah, of course they're going to have imposter syndrome, because eventually someone better than them or someone who's real is going to be out there putting content or being in front of their audience and immediately get more respect. The other form of imposter syndrome that I see quite often is where someone just, for whatever reason, is lacking confidence to take that next step. And the audacity to try, I feel like, is a barrier that you have to figure out on your own. And for everyone, it's a different moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes people use the whole fake it till you make it, right?
I mean, you fake something long enough, you eventually believe it, right?
Correct.
But
that's when the imposter syndrome kicks in, because you might not feel like you're the best, because when you're alone, and guys that are driven, they question their own ability. Are they the best? Because we never believe we're good enough. We work harder, and that's what drives us, right?
we might just be different. I've always known that I was
you're
really
the best.
good.
Okay, that's good. See, so I we are different, because I always think that I'm not good enough, so that's why I work harder.
I don't know, man. You're still one cocky SOB sometimes.
Because I'm so good looking. That's why, okay? But work-wise, I feel like I'm not good enough.
Yeah, man, but you've spun for some of the largest crowds I've ever seen. You've hosted events larger than almost everyone else, other than me, right? In our circle, I don't think there's anyone that's done at least 10 of the things that you've done. That
And I still don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah, but that comes from somewhere different. That's not your entrepreneurial journey.
But, a lot of the greatest surgeons, a lot of the greatest minds, the scientists, you name it, it comes from something different. Sometimes it comes from hurt, right? Sometimes it comes from struggle, pain, right? It makes them great, as negative as it might be, right? So yeah, it does come from somewhere different. But sometimes my driving force is to always be better. I look at something, I look at you, right? I look at you and I'm like, man, this thing's perfect. And you're like, nah, this is not perfect. I'm gonna give you your website next week. And I think it was the greatest thing I've ever seen, right? So you do the same thing, you just might not realize it. That's how I feel with events, with businesses. I was like, I could do this again. 2 years from now, I'm gonna look back at everything and it sucked. I can't believe I did that. And I gotta do it better. And it's kind of what makes me great.
But perfectionism and competing with yourself,
it's two different things.
Two different things, right? And imposter syndrome is a third different thing.
Correct.
So
I feel like we all go through these journeys, though.
My whole life, I've only been competing myself in my own lane. And you know this, right? Because I've created my own lane multiple times. And then everyone starts following.
Yeah.
Where I've ever had the disbelief or lack of confidence has always come from a specific place of acceptance, right? And that was based on how I was raised. So sometimes it had to do with how I looked. Sometimes it had to do with the color of my skin. Sometimes it had to do with my economic status. Sometimes it had to do with my relationship status. Sometimes it had to do with, how many of my boys show up.
Yeah.
Right? But at the end of the day, skill level has never been a question for me.
See, the way you said that is actually perfect. Your finale of it is how many of your boys show up. That's what it is for me, right? I am motivated by my brothers to the left and to the right of me.
Yeah.
Right? It's a pleasure to see you succeed. It was the greatest honor to be at your wedding, front row, and experiencing the love. I got more love and joy out of that than my own wedding. It was amazing, right? And that's my motivation, to the guy to the left, to the guy to the right. You must have been hearing this from me for 25 years.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's a little bit.
I always question whether or not we're giving our boys the right tools to support.
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Is supporting buying something that we're selling, is supporting showing up even though you live in a different state, is supporting hitting me up once a month. Like it's very different, right?
Yeah.
So I've dealt with that before, right? Why aren't my friends supporting a project or what have you? I had to dig deep and realize that if I don't know what my friends want or need or what they're willing to support, then I can't expect them to support things that they're not willing to support.
Absolutely. We need to put ourselves in their shoes.
Yeah.
What do they like? What do they want? We can't just expect someone to come and support us. And when they do, we better understand their wants and needs, their hurts, and be able to support that in return. There's a lot of people that drop everything for us.
Yeah.
But we better drop everything as well to be there for them.
Well, I mean, on that point, right? Like that's why I opened this podcast studio, and that now all my boys have shown up and recorded. But I started figuring out what do my boys actually need, and then I realized some of them have to elevate their game, but I've got to show them. I got to make it accessible.
Yeah.
I couldn't go open this up in New York, right,
Yeah.
or in Philly in some high-end studio where people couldn't access. I couldn't be like, oh, I want $1,000 an hour to have these guys come in like high-end
That's
production.
why I chose Springfield, New Jersey.
Springfield, New Jersey, man, in my backyard. This is where I'm able to do this for $75 an hour. That's nothing, right? We spend more
Shameless
on dinners. We spend more on the first round of appetizers at dinner than that. And so, I mean, shout out to the seafood towers in our life. Some epic Rockstar seafood towers, which, by the way, we haven't had one in a long time.
You married a vegetarian now.
But I still like to go to Cousins.
You're not to go.
You're
You're not allowed to go out with me.
You've never taken me to
Alone.
Salt?
I haven't taken myself to Salt, just so you know.
We need to go to Salt.
Why are we going to go to Salt when you got Cousins right next door? Cousins is the best seafood restaurant in New Brunswick.
I don't know what Salt is.
Salt is a seafood
I just
spot.
keep seeing it every time I
They
drive
don't have
to New Brunswick.
seafood tower, bro.
They don't have a seafood
They don't have a
tower?
seafood tower.
Pass.
They have seafood
Veto.
platter.
Veto.
So that's why. Who cares about Salt?
When is the rooftop open?
Next year now. Got
Next
pushed back.
year?
Yeah. I might actually do my 1 millionth delivery party for Happy Deliverer there.
If it opens up in time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hit 1 million by December, we're going to be in trouble.
God willing, God
We're
willing.
going to have to get Tommy's on the line. But at the end of the day, when I started creating stuff for my boys, things started being more enjoyable for me. Right? And I feel like that's some real rock star shit, right?
Yeah. If you look at all the top entrepreneurs in the world, one commonality is they all give back, right?
Yeah.
So they say that find your gift, in life, and then to give it away. That is the biggest blessing. So I'm happy we're doing that because simultaneously, you and I didn't even speak about this. I opened up my photo studio, and I feel the same way. I am helping elevate my bros, and sometimes you need to push. Hey, you're good at this. Some people don't even notice how good that they are, and it's nice. Let's say being a guy in their late 30s and 40s. Sometimes I feel like the confidence level does drop. Yours didn't yet. You're still in your mid 30s.
Oh, trust me, there's topics where the confidence level has been an issue, right?
So I think it's our job as brothers, right? It's our bro code to be there for our brothers, not only when they're in trouble by their girlfriend or their significant other, but also to lend a hand so we could both rise together. Because it's really not fun just being on the top alone. You want the guy to the left and right of you.
So, I mean, I want to find out what everyone at home thinks. Where do they want support? What is it that they're working on? In the comments, tell us. Your boys, Riz and Ankur, we're going to get back to you, and we're going to comment back, and we're going to get involved where we can.
We both have studios in different parts of New Jersey.
Just Jersey, not New York, not Philly,
Jersey.
not Vegas.
We're Jersey boys at the end of the day.
Jersey boys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hit us up. Let us know what you got going on in your life and how we can support.
How can we help you? How can we help you grow? We need to help each other.
And if you need to use either of our studios, holler. We got you.
All day, every day.
All right, guys. See you guys in the next episode.